And it's interesting, there is Baja California and there is a state of California. So it's kind of like California. Kind of interesting. Many people might think it's American name. I think that California is not a real American name. So anyway, question about more on Google. What is Google? What it's about? So let me tell you again. Like, I came to Minnesota in '92, okay, and I lived like, it's on 49th Street, close to Edina, and in that area, like Edina, well, Edina maybe it's not really for big industries. It's kind of expensive area, but most factories kind of outside of Edina. I would say Minneapolis, like 3M, some in Bloomington, Eden Prairie. But Edina in general, it's like a older, kind of expensive small town. So I lived there close to that place. And before, I've seen AOL, 91 AOL in New York. So me in Minneapolis decided to go to like rental places to rent computers. And I was hoping to see how it is, like America Online or something like that. They didn't offer anything at that time. They didn't offer. Basically, AOL was not how to say. It's not really for public everywhere. So then I started to think about my own system. Not only the system. First, I guess networking part. I was thinking about networking part to connect those kind of computers that you go and rent. I was thinking about that, the network wise, computer wise, everything. So I came to conclusion, if I have bunch of wires connecting everybody, which at that time did not exist, but I wanted to have certain communication between computers, just exploring, checking, sending mail. So I came to conclusion, it's a problem for me. It's a problem. I need to keep going to different businesses and offering for them to connect their computers to basically to customers, to houses or to computer places. And I went deeply into the thinking, and I found that's not really the solution. I couldn't find the solution. I thought, I'm a young guy, who is gonna give me computers to connect to houses? Basically, it's a high risk, unauthorized kind of use, and I gave up. In the beginning, I was thinking, but that would be more like internet. If you connect one building to another building to another building, that would be like internet, where you use wires, in a certain way, wires. Now I gave up that way. I don't want to connect any building computers. From that time, their computers, I don't want to connect. So, and I came to ideas of exploring my I want, because originally I want to explore, but since I have a conclusion, I don't want to connect those computers everywhere and keep walking and keep talking, basically connecting, those internal computers. And for some reason, I said, you know what, I'm gonna give up. There is no way. It's gonna be too much wires, because to connect to building one, but so if 100 million people want to see that business, basically you need to connect 100 million wires to that business, or you need to have some hub or whatever. So anyway, I give up. So I came to conclusion I need my system, which is cables, wires, and computers. So I came to conclusion I want to have my computers. That was my business model. What Google is, it was my business model of exploring, because at that time that exploring did not exist, because nothing was available. So I came to conclusion I need my exploring. So I store everything on my computers and people explore. In that case, I don't need to talk to businesses, I don't need to connect the internal computers, I don't need to deal with all that stuff. Some say yes, some say no. Some people want to see, but because they say no, they're not going to see. So it would be like, even if few people agree, it will be a partial kind of exploring. So I was interested in basically see anyone, or like any business, stuff like that. So I came to the conclusion I have my computers, and then I was thinking how it's gonna work, because normally a browser is working with internal computers. Well, normally, even if you have network, suppose certain network, you have browser, it goes to another computer. In my case, it doesn't go to another computer. In my case, it goes to my system computers. You see, so I spread it go to my system computers, and I have a lot of stuff there. And then I came to international network, so it can go to my computers in this country or to my computers in another country. And I had different ends, like you see .jp, .india, whatever. So in order to have that, you need to have redirection. Something should direct. Based on the end, it would direct to system to Japan or India or any other place. So Google is just a name, but that's my intellectual property. That's my system from '92 that people explore. Because the internet would be it's just a wire. They cannot explore the wire, because based on my system, I store everything outside of any business. It means, like I see right now, AM, PM, gas station, AM, PM, I see Shell station. So, with previous ways, they would need to have computers running for the public and wire. So, with my system, you don't need any of those. It's kind of like, in some sense, what they call star network. But the star network, in my case, only that part. It's like a custom. That would be like a star network. But if I need to redirect to Europe or to India, Japan, I need redirecting part, and they have another star network. And between those star networks, I have just straight line. Or I can use satellite, or I can use fiber optics I can use anything. So, and then, what do I have? I came to the idea of exploring, there's one after one, short text, name, click business name, or anyone name, right? You click on name. That's what you see one, but it's a name, the link to business, short text. You see, go one to one. You have pages. That's my way for e-commerce. That's my e-commerce way. So not only e-commerce, just a search way. E-commerce and search all together. Previously, if it was e-commerce, if they send invoice from warehouse to another business, there is no customer there participation. Customer cannot access that kind of computer. With my system, actually now became available because I have computers external to it does not work between buildings. They go to my place. I have certain builder. So even if they have one after one on the list, they click on business, it goes to business, right? And from that point, customer can buy and business can buy, anyone can buy. Now previously, customer don't go and order. Some kind of person working for that would order. Or most likely, nobody was really ordering from stores because stores did not run really computers for the public to buy online. They only had for warehouse, reordering from warehouse. That's it, it's like reorder. There is no public there. So I came to different store design, how my store design would look like, because that would be my system, because I need store design. I don't want to just click and what. So because I was planning to talk, so I came to different store design. It's going to be already. A lot of store design is my way of design. It's not really some kind of previous warehouse way of design. It's not, I would say, like Barnes & Noble at that time. They were ordering books, but their design is different. They were like a screen and just letters kind of running, and there is no much of that user experience what you see today. So that user experience is my way of making the store, all those different pictures and all this, click on and all that, so departments, whatever. So before they did not have it. That was used illegally. I can tell you, first store, any other store, all the team used illegally because of this, all these fake papers. It's not my papers. I had to sign, I had to tag. They jump in without right legal papers. So anyway, so for me that was a system. I mean, for Google, they might build stores, they might not, but for me at that time, because I started from scratch, I did think about stores and then my own stores where I have many sellers or many users, like Amazon or eBay or Zillow or Flights, like those stores. I came to, because I thought, okay, they have store, they might have somebody else, but I didn't like to have just stores like that on its own. I wanted to have like a bunch of them on one platform. For me to have on one platform, I need to have a certain site like this platform. So I was thinking about that. So if there is a list, yes, you might see a lot of stores, but then once in a while you see platforms like many users on one, like Amazon, eBay, like that. For not buying, for just for fun, I had like what they call YouTube, many users watching videos. So what they call Google is my system containing my own platforms where I allow different companies, or I just keep their own. So like AT&T or Toyota or Honda or whatever. So I keep them, right? So if people click on search or just type in browser, they get either Toyota or Honda or whatever, BMW, I see, Kia. So, and when it comes in search, at the search, they pull the list. Now you pull on the list, but you need to have them on your computers. To have them on the list, it's your computers are pulling information from those individual, not my sites, but they're on my system. So I have computers allowing them to place or I place, and I have certain computers pulling that information into search that look. So when I click on particular Toyota or something, it will go to that particular individual site, but it doesn't travel far away, just within my building. It's my certain build-up. So I came to that part. I came to, like, on the top you see all pictures, videos, whatever, maps. I thought it's very necessary. Now when you click on that, it will go to computers, pictures. I structure to have my computers or videos or based on media, not searching within where text and everything for pictures. It would search where pictures are. I had pictures. I came to the conclusion I have pictures, computers, or video, or whatever, specifically dedicated to those particular medias. Now I came to the what they call cloud today, which is a bigger storage. Then I had smaller storage, what you say drive. I came to email, how email looks and chat. It's all my build-up. And then application plays. What else? A lot of Google is my stuff. They are not supposed to even implement it. They had to talk to me. They cannot implement. That was my innovation. Because in '92, it did not exist. It was zero. I started from zero, and now I look at my stuff. That's completely nonsense. It should not be even offered to any investor. I'm telling you, that was like illegal signatures or approvals or something involved in order to be approved. But that's illegal use. I'm telling you, illegal use. In order for them to talk, they had to talk to me, because they cannot talk about the beginning. You see, they made papers look like this or that, but it's illegal use. I'm telling you. I never watched their signatures and kind of lawyers. I never talked to them. It's all made up, or somebody made. It's like an eyewash, because I never was there. Then it's not my lawyer. So basically, it's illegal use. Now, what else is Google? Well, it's Google. Google is my attack for my part, my system, right? So they decided to trade. They're trading my innovation, which is design thinking. If I ask him, okay, can you talk about your innovation? Because in '91 it did not exist. I did look at AOL. They can check what is AOL. '91 is completely different. What they have is completely different, but they cannot explain. So they were implementing different things, be it drive or maps or whatever you see. That's what my exploring is. That one, I would say search engine, whatever they call it. Now, my individual platforms from my '92 should be on the same search, but they are individually located. They can be accessed as a store. Like, suppose Macy's.com or not .com. I didn't have .com. Just Macy's. At that time, my end was .us, .jp, whatever. Well, they added .com, but it's not .com. So anyway, so suppose I have my individual sites like go to the Amazon or hotels. Or those sites. That was for me. I came to that as alternative to store like Toyota or Mazda, this or this. That would be for them. But because I'm online, I don't need to have inventory. I came to conclusion I don't need to have inventory. I can make platform and supposed to have used cars, and they place on my platform like suppose a used car, right? Or some kind of any other name. And all those companies, Toyota and all those, they place used car on my site, and based on my 92A, it will compare and pull whatever model, whatever year. So that would be platform with many. I had few of those platforms. I did not have for everything, but few. So it belongs to my exploring, but it does not really belong to search engine. Now it does not mean search engine people cannot implement. Like suppose if I would do, I could implement Google and together with Amazon and together with eBay if I want, or what they call Google and social network and everything. Because I came to all this and like one person, I could either give to someone or I could just keep it. It's up to me to decide. What they did is they split and they were trying to implement, but I'm telling you that's not my talk. It should be my talk. If it's my thinking, it should be my talk. So my system, which is Google, it just either pulling different things or like pulling, but it's within that particular system. It's not pulling from the billion internal computers. It's not searching inside of internal computers. It's not supposed to search. It's supposed to search within my own build-up in computers. In fact, from 92, I even said my system should work with own language. My language should not be like their language. It should not search within external computers. And based on my 92 design thinking and design, a lot of things made for linking. At that time, like Barnes and Noble and some other guys, they did not have linking. It means you click or it gives you another page. Like a bunch of different things give you another page. Or department store, or like that Amazon, what you see on top, many things you click, it gives you certain page. Like men's department, it gives you men's department, right? So normally it did not work like this. So my design thinking was for that particular new way, which I think Tim Berners-Lee started like linking like 2 years before me, or maybe 3 years. The linking it was a new thing. Many did not use. So whatever Google is basically, it's with linking kind of that way. It's not like previously, let's say, like Barnes and Noble. They submit and have a bunch of writings. But you click on writing, it will not give you anything. It's not that linking kind of. It just gives you information. It gives you like a box. You put in the box, submit, and it gives you. But again, list. But a lot of it you cannot click. But all my design thinking and stores and social network, everything based on linking. So I had to find a person for linking, but they decided to go and talk for me. Whoever talked to Tim Berners-Lee, they had fake papers. look like I allow, I do this or this. I never did allow. It's for fraud and forgery. It's made up papers. Because my ex-wife did not like to look for me or pay money to find me, and she decided to make that lousy, easy way by fooling, basically, playing wife and signing for me, this, that, but come on, it goes to trade and it goes to finance. She's playing with big fire. So anyway, so I did say I need to add something later, but basically what is Google? It's a system with computers. It's not internet, it's not some kind of database, it's not this, it's not. It's a system for exploring from home, originally from home. That's why I see a lot of things designed really for home. A lot of things. Like maybe cloud would be more like a business oriented kind of. I added cloud, certain things for business, but originally for home. I come back after work or school or college. I have time. That was originally to explore from home. And a lot of things, like I told you, flights or hotels or rentals or like Craigslist or like eBay, like even like whatever, Amazon, a lot of cars.com. A lot of the things are designed to explore from home. Now, all those things, like I said, mentioned, that's platforms containing many. That's my platforms in addition to individual businesses, like suppose Marriott.com or just Marriott or any hotel, so or like Royal Hawaiian, there are different hotels, but that would be after work, but it's their individual stuff. It's not mine. All those like hotels.com, allowing them to place, that would be mine, because it's my platform allowing them. But if they place their site on my computers, Marriott, I can say that it's there, it's not mine. They take control of that. Or special people, because I should not really have access to Marriott, but to my platform, allowing them to add, I have access. I might change something, design this and that. So and like I said, the Google would be like containing mine, like those with allowing many, or not mine. And that's for it's a search engine, search system will own build up, allowing people to explore. They don't explore anymore other building computers. They explore a new build up. That's my build up. And to search within that build up, I need to have a search engine, which is today called Google. Now within like say Amazon, I allow many people, but that was my second search kind within my platform, like that platform. But that platform you can pull by search, but they have own search. It does not mean Google is searching within Amazon. Amazon have own search, they search, that's how I had the search within many people to give a person particular item he's looking for. And it's not done by Google, it's done by that particular individual company or platform. But because people were using a particular browser belonging to what is Google, it would link to that, because in order to get that you use the same browser. You can use browser directly if you put on top Amazon.com, and it will give you a result. Or if you go through search, it will link to Amazon it will go to Amazon. So, but Amazon would have own search. So in this case, it's not Google search, it's Amazon search. But because browser belonging to, let's say, Google, it would give on Google browser. So that was my original way of search engine, and my additional platforms allowing many. But it's like a platform for specific things. I did not have like hunting. I did not have like a bunch of people hunting equipment. I could make, but I didn't. I didn't have some things. I could make maybe for music, musical store, or compare musical different guitars. I did not make. I could make, but at certain point I stopped. I had only like for Amazon, eBay, for certain things, but not all things in the world. I had those allowing to place and compare, and the search would direct you to that platform, and they get results. But that was the second search. So that's shortly I can tell about Google. I did think a long time about all this. You know, quite long time every day. Anyway, I came to the beach. I like to swim sometimes. When it's hot, when it's very hot, I like to go to cold water or cool water, just to get certain fresh feel. Now, the second part, I guess, of this video would be for people who have questions. What's the difference between Bing and Google, or like maybe Yahoo Google? Well, in '92 I did not have the differences. I came to a certain system, but I had different versions. So like for what Google has, it's basically my version, front page clean, interesting name. That's what they have, interesting name. Keep playing with interesting name. And on top of it I have, you know, few things in those boxes. That's my design thinking. It's not AOL or Google's. It's not Google's. So that was my design thinking. Now that's for what Google used. Now my another version was pictures. Like, you know, instead of clean look, I have pictures. That's what Bing is using. That's illegal use too. The same people keep working with mine, keep telling with fake papers, like I said, look like my signature, all that. Anyway, now in terms of Yahoo, my version clean look, which had second pictures, big picture, it's kind of one way, and the second way for my search engine, I have different small pictures with names. That's what you see, like Yahoo or like MSN or I guess what they call them, AOL after '92, AOL. Well, you might see some other, you know, some other companies, but it's not for them to use. I do not allow, I never did allow. They were trying to have illegal use and then make up as okay to use. Throw in the internet. It's not for them to use and throw the name. Because if I did not work for internet, they cannot use mine and try to tweak, look like it's internet, everybody can do. No, that's all illegal use. I'm telling you, it's like you go to Mercedes, see new project of particular group, which is intellectual property and different, substantially different, suppose, some project, and then you have fake papers, look like they allow, it's okay, this, and you go everywhere, and implement that, and say it's internet, anybody can do, or some other name, some kind of innovation, okay, to use for free, to play around. At the end, they ask money for it. They never came to it, but at the end, they want money for it, I'm sure. Otherwise, they would never talk. So, legally, those companies had to deal with my attorney. Because whoever was talking, they are not my attorneys. Because my ex-wife, from what I see, she talked to politicians or communists, or to me, some politicians. So they talk, but they're not attorney. So when the company has legal issues, they kind of go back to politicians, but politicians are not attorney. In fact, like international court or many other places, they're not going to talk to politicians, they need to talk to attorney. So what happened, I guess they tweak here and there, give name, but it's not their stuff. No matter how you play, when it comes to trading, it should be someone talking for that. But they don't have. All they have is like, at the end, they have papers look like I allow. So it's illegal. So in case of Mercedes, it would be like making fake paper, and at the end everybody is like trading, but it's not their stuff. And somebody find out, oh, fake paper used illegally, basically they would be maybe even arrested or removed from trading. So from what I see, basically, they were implementing my versions. So, because in '92 I was thinking to go to investors or rich people, try to find the right people. So I came to a few different versions. And I asked Olga, what do you think? But it's not her versions to use. So she put, look like I allow, but I never did. So I had few versions, and what they did, like my versions, one version go to Bing, another version go to Google. So what's the difference between them? To me, it's just my another version. Because in '91, AOL did not have that kind of way. I found my way, and I had few different versions. It's not the internet. I'm not internet. I lived in Minneapolis. It's zoning, residential, whatever zoning. It's not internet. It's nothing. And I never worked in internet, so I did not transform, or I did not continue in internet, because first of all, you cannot transform network configuration. If I did custom, that's custom. It's not transformation. And second thing is, in my case, it's not really a network. Internet would be a network, but in my case, I don't have network. I have computers between users. I have computers and redirecting electronics, which is not a real network. Like I said before, if you disconnect, in my system, if you disconnect everything, you have pieces of wires or cables. There is not straight line from user to user. From user to user, it goes through computers or redirecting, whatever. So, what's the difference? Well, I don't know exactly because I had few versions for exploring. What if money allow? One redirecting is, suppose you put one system in Colorado, and cable go in redirection there. Suppose go to Colorado and redirection to suppose Mexico. It's the most simple version. So now that building would be like one building with computers, another building, or it could be the same building, but second part redirection. Excuse me. Either to American, what I call it, system, or Mexican system. They would have the same to direct there. You would pull from it. I did not keep all countries in the world on each system. That would be probably very expensive to have 200 countries. It could be a few things, but like duplicated, but like I said before, 92 duplicated, but not everything. In general, I had, if it's Mexican, it belongs to Mexico, all those sites in Mexico. If it's like American, many things on American side. Now, there is another version I had redirection close to the city. So it's about the city. I don't need to go to Colorado. If excuse me, if suppose I need to go to Japan, my Japanese system, I don't need to go to Colorado from California and go back to Japan. So it would direct here. I would put redirected here somewhere, California. Instead of going to Colorado, it would redirect here close to the city to Japan. Now, that would be more kind of bigger system. It's more stuff involved, but it would be faster. So now I had another one, which is not the small one, not the biggest one, kind of in the middle. So I have one main system in the middle, and instead of going, like I said before, going back and forth, I put one redirection, big redirection on east side, one big redirection on west side. So in case of submitting to Japan, when I submit, it will not go to Colorado, but it go to Western system. Suppose I put like in Utah or somewhere, or even California. But that only one system. I mean redirecting system, right? So I have the redirecting system. So if I submit here, suppose from Newport Beach, and suppose that system somewhere like Sacramento or whatever, or maybe close to the beach or Utah, just on the west side, right? So when I submit, it goes to that Western system and goes to Japan. Now, if so in this case, I save. So if I submit, it goes north and it goes there. See what I mean? Now, my 92 thinking was it could be the best way. Maybe no need maybe even city, but city is good too idea. But for me, I had three major systems. So like I said, the middle one would have three: east side, west side, middle. In case of Italy, if country is not long, maybe it's not east-west, it could be like north-south or some particular long country. So now, at some point I thought maybe that's even the best solution. The three one, not the biggest one next to the city, but the middle one, because you put cables like for international use. I did not like to run many bundles. through the ocean. So in this case, since I don't run many cables, even if I redirect at each city, it would go to that one bundle place. So I mean, yeah, you could go straight there, you can make line go straight there without, but there is no, I don't see a big saving on time. There is no big saving for international use. If you have one bundle, it doesn't matter where you put redirecting here or there, it would go through the same one bundle. So at some point I thought maybe it's good for some other use, but like for instance, why to go from, suppose, Chicago to like sometimes I thought you need to go straight and like straight to Colorado, and like for instance not Chicago, like Wisconsin or Minnesota to Colorado, and then it would go to California. If every time I make like 90 degrees kind, maybe it's not the best way for within one country. So if I go from, let's say, Minnesota to Colorado, and then Colorado goes to, like, say, to California, and then in California you have, like, say, Star Network kind of. So it's okay, but I thought if I redirect there at the city, I don't need to go to have that 90 degree. I can go straight. It would be like maybe 45 degree. I will save time on that cable length. But again, my thinking was, it's not always what you want. When it comes to length, not always what you want. In general, you can have that project, but when you work with land and ownership and government and this zoning, it could be a problem. So in general, yes, but realistically, it's not gonna be like exactly like you want. It could be like certain stuff. You should go around to this or that. But in general, like that. So now, when you talk about Google and Bing or Microsoft, the MSN, the software-wise, yeah, see, that's my decision. But I don't know exactly which network model they use, because I had three, like I said. Either simple one, more like a Star Network, but it has additional redirection and connection to another kind of Star Network in another country, or the bigger one next to each city redirection, or just three ones. Like I said, submit here, submit there. So I don't know exactly what they use. So for me to say the difference between them, I don't know exactly. I don't know. Now, based on my 92 thinking, my system should have own language. I did not like to use language of common language because of security reasons. I don't like anybody, how to say, if for instance one building has certain language and somebody connects wires or whatever to my system, I did not like the idea it's gonna work or people steal information or something. I like not only disconnected, but on top of it, different language, because people might connect or do something, you know. So my idea was like that, different language. Now, Microsoft MSN, well, Lincoln whatever, HTML, I guess it belongs to team, but design thinking the whole exploring design thinking is my system from 92. But the language-wise, I did not go and talk. Yeah, I did tell Olga I had to have own language, but I don't know what Microsoft is using. I don't look too much into what Microsoft is using, because certain language they use to run computers or servers, and certain language like HTML, those pages, whatever they use for search and for pages, I'm not sure. So I would say, if there is a difference from what I see between Bing and between Google, I would say the network. I don't know which model each are using. I don't go investigate. I just know my stuff, but I don't investigate which one of three they used. So now so I don't know. So I would say that part I don't know. And language, yeah, they use LinkedIn. That's my design thinking based on LinkedIn. But certain language, like I've seen servers, Linux or Microsoft or some other ones. Yeah, that language between Google and Microsoft, they can have language differences. So I would say from what I see, they have language difference, and they might have network difference, because my X5 told maybe one guy's 3 things, another guy's I don't know. But I can tell, because I came to I can tell I had three ways. Now, if I have satellite, I don't need to worry about bundles. Sometimes I did say to cover certain areas I don't need bundles. Maybe because it's too problematic to go through hot Africa or through Russian Siberia or through some ice or whatever. So in that case, I did like satellite, but I did like also cables. So I had both. Now, if I use satellite, maybe the bigger one, which is I call 3, the most kind of complicated, which I have redirected close to city, then maybe it's gonna work faster, a little bit faster, because from city it goes straight to Japan. It doesn't go to any bundles, to some kind of hub for the whole coast and stuff like that. So I don't know exactly who's using what, but I can tell you what I had. So if there are differences, that would be, to me, difference based on language and based on network, which one they were using. But all of it was illegal, believe me, all of it. Because like I said, they had papers which are illegal. I had to sign and they had to have my lawyers. If I asked Bill Gates or anyone, did you see my lawyer? Okay, lady talking, the party talking, but did you see my lawyer? Have you seen my lawyer? You say no. Google, how about Brin? Google, did you see my lawyer? You talking about, did you see? No. You didn't see. How about Bezos or his partner? Did you see? No. How about Mark Zuckerberg? Did you see? Yes or no? No. Who saw? Nobody. Because my ex-wife make look like why, whatever, sign, but no lawyer. She made up by tricks all that, and they push somehow, and politicians push somehow, and they were implementing. But like suppose Wall Street will ask, okay, we need attorney. It was, you had that one, we need attorney. Where's the attorney? They don't have attorney. You see, and they basically implemented drone. It should not be for trading, believe me. If they play with internet, well, internet belongs to Russian army, but I'm here, So if they want to say internet, then I can tell you my stuff is not internet. Software decisions or my network custom three different ways. It's not belonging to Russian Army. In fact, internet did not have 3 versions. It's only one. I have custom 3 different versions. So what they talk about network, that's not internet. And my system, I came to idea of small computers because of e-commerce and all that. That's not internet. Internet is just whatever computer they have. They don't split computers or different things. They redirected or redirected. So even if at some search engine or some site you see, oh, we're an internet company, they're not internet company. For you to be internet company, you need to have all computers on user end and put wire between them. That would be internet company. If you are talking, storing everything on my external system with redirecting an international network, and on top of it I have satellite, that's not internet, because it's not the wire. Even if they stick the name, that would be abuse of power and illegal use. They are not authorized to give name. Legally, talent give the name, not politicians. That's how in America, I don't know what they have in the head. So if particular guy came to something, innovation, he gives the name. Unless he sold rights. If somebody sold rights, they can give the name. That's how in America. I don't know why they give names. They're not supposed to give names to mine. Be it cloud or anything else. That's storage for my system. So that would be shortly about second part, which is difference between Google and Bing or Yahoo, companies like that. Have a nice day. Bye.